Welcome to today's news wrap up. Let's dive in to the top stories making headlines today. The Trump administration has set a daily quota of 1,800 arrests for Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, with each of the agency's 25 offices required to make at least 75 arrests per day. Since President Trump took office, ICE has made approximately 4,500 arrests. The administration aims to prioritize public safety and national security threats while meeting these quotas. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. warned that chronic disease is driving the nation into a quote sea of desperation and debt, with 90% of healthcare spending going towards managing these conditions. He emphasized the need to address the root causes of high healthcare costs and criticized the current debate over who pays for healthcare as merely shifting the burden. Kennedy's remarks came during his Senate Finance Committee confirmation hearing for the role of Secretary of Health and Human Services. President Donald Trump has issued an executive order banning transgender individuals from military service, arguing that their gender identity conflicts with the military standards of an honorable, truthful, and disciplined lifestyle. The order states that expressing a gender identity different from one's biological sex cannot meet the rigorous criteria necessary for military service and accuses transgender individuals of living in a way that is inconsistent with military values. Legal challenges are expected as advocacy groups like Lambda Legal have already announced plans to sue, claiming the ban compromises national security and is discriminatory. The Trump administration has revoked deportation protections for over 600,000 Venezuelan migrants, a decision confirmed by Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. This move reverses an order from the Biden administration that extended temporary protected status, TPS, for Venezuelans by 18 months. Noem stated that the administration will evaluate all individuals in the country, including Venezuelans, and is considering using Guantanamo Bay as a possible detention site. 11 members of the Sinaloa cartel were arrested for stealing Nike shoes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars from a moving train in Arizona. Wow, 2025. People are jacking trains. The suspects cut the train's air brakes to stop it and used a box truck to transport the stolen goods. 9 of the 11 suspects were in the U.S. illegally, of course. 2 anonymous federal employees filed a lawsuit against the Office of Personnel Management, OPM, for using an email system that bypasses agency managers and contacts all federal employees directly. I mean, of course, you're not supposed to be doing that. The lawsuit alleges the system violates privacy rights and was implemented without proper security measures or a privacy assessment. The plaintiffs claim the system retains personal information about every U.S. executive branch employee and is linked to Elon Musk's AI venture. California Governor Gavin Newsom appointed Casey Wasserman, an entertainment executive with ties to Jeffrey Epstein, to lead a fire recovery initiative in Los Angeles. Wasserman, along with Magic Johnson and Mark Walter, will head the LA Rises group to rebuild areas devastated by recent fires. Newsom's decision has faced criticism due to Wasserman's controversial past and connections to powerful California Democrats. Dr. Phil advised Selena Gomez to, quote, dry your eyes after she posted a video crying over Trump's immigration raids, emphasizing that the detained individuals were dangerous criminals. He highlighted that the raids targeted people with serious charges like murder and child sex crimes. Dr. Phil criticized the media for spreading misinformation about the nature of these raids. A chaotic scene unfolded at the Thornton Township Board meeting in South Holland, Illinois, ending in a physical altercation. The incident began after a public commentator insulted Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, prompting her and her associates to react aggressively. Police intervened to restore order amidst the ongoing political and administrative turmoil within the Thornton Township. If y'all have not watched that clown show, I advise y'all to check this madness out. President Trump signed an executive order to prepare Guantanamo Bay to detain 30,000 criminal illegal aliens. He emphasized that the facility would house the worst offenders to ensure they don't return to the U.S. The move is part of a broader effort to crack down on illegal immigration. Former Senator Bob Menendez was sentenced to 11 years in prison for a long-running bribery and foreign influence scheme. I mean, they literally found gold bars in his house. He was convicted of 16 counts, including bribery, extortion, and obstruction of justice. Menendez is the first U.S. senator to be convicted of working as a foreign agent. I wonder how many years Joe Biden would get if they would actually prosecute him. The United States Air Force Academy has removed the diversity and inclusion studies minor from its list of majors and minors. The decision follows a lawsuit alleging that the Academy's race-based admissions process violates the Constitution's equal protection principle. The move also aligns with broader efforts to eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion programs within the military. Phyllis Fong, the USDA Inspector General, was physically removed from her office by security after refusing to comply with her firing by the Trump administration. Imagine the audacity. You get fired and you don't leave. Who does that? Fong, a 22-year veteran, argued that the termination notices did not comply with legal requirements. The White House defended the firing, stated they were necessary to uphold the rule of law and protect democracy. Matt Walsh stated that he wants all U.S. foreign aid, including aid to Israel, to be ended. I agree with that. He emphasized that countries relying on U.S. aid should not exist and reiterated his stance multiple times. I wonder how what's the Jewish guy that works for the Daily Wire? That's he runs the Daily Wire. Shapiro. I wonder how Ben Shapiro feel about that. Well, Walsh's comments sparked reaction from his colleagues at the Daily Wire, with some disagreeing but finding the controversy amusing. I guess they were probably alluding to Ben Shapiro, right? A new Rasmussen Reports poll shows that 44% of likely voters trust President Trump more than mainstream media, while 41% trust the media more. The poll also reveals that younger voters and Hispanic voters are more likely to trust Trump over the media. The survey sample consistent of 1,245 likely voters and was conducted between January 21st and January 23rd. Analysis argue that President Biden's preemptive pardons for Dr. Anthony Fauci, former Rep. Liz Cheney, and others could backfire, as they won't protect recipients from testifying under oath. Legal experts suggest the pardons might make it easier to investigate potential crimes. Critics believe the pardons raise suspicions of serious wrongdoings. Matthew McConaughey released a star-studded ad urging the Texas legislature to make the state a new hub for film and TV production. Oops, sorry, I forgot to change the slides here. Sorry about that. Um, the ad features actors like Woody Harrelson, Dennis Quaid, Billy Bob Thornton, and Renee Zellweger, and emphasizes the economic benefits of bringing productions to Texas. The Texas Senate recently proposed a budget including $498 million to revamp the Texas Film Initiative. Meta has agreed to pay $25 million to settle a lawsuit filed by President Trump after his accounts were suspended following the January 6th Capitol attack. Of the settlement, $22 million will go to Trump's future presidential library, with the rest covering legal fees. This settlement follows sorry, I keep what's going on with my slides here. The settlement follows Meta's effort to align more closely with the Trump administration. And lastly, the Democratic Party's approval rating has hit a near all-time low of 31% following a tough election loss and the internal conflicts. The party's struggles include losing the popular vote for the first time since 2004 and shedding 4 Senate seats, giving the GOP a governing trifecta. In contrast, the Republican Party's approval rating has reached a record high of 43%. But that's all for the news wrap up. Sorry about the slides messing up, but stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.